Mini movie making. Do you have what it takes to make an award-winning short film? All you need is a smartphone and your imagination. We'll give you some required elements like the setting, a character, and a prop, and you'll do the rest. You'll email us your finished 3-minute film, and we will upload to our YouTube channel where a local filmmaker will give out the awards. Bring your red carpet A-game.
Lights, camera, and action. And welcome to Ivy Tech Community College's Virtual Kids College. My name is Marcy Ziegler, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit today about filmmaking. What's your favorite movie? When I think of some of the best moments in my life, it's watching movies, whether it's with my family or with my friends or just in a movie theater, and I miss that right now. So if you want to join part of this class, you can learn about making movies, and at the end, you can make one by yourself. So I have a little experience in amateur filmmaking, and if you've ever wanted to do this in a little bit more than just taking a video on a phone, I've brought some things to show you that we use in filmmaking to make it look a little bit more professional. And the first is what I've already showed you. It's called a clapboard. And you might have seen this before. You can hear the bang of it when I do this. And it's got all of these portions on it that you can write that the camera is going to take a picture of so that when we go to edit the film later, we know which piece of film we're talking about. For instance, the production is the name of your film. And sometimes we have an A roll and a B roll. Those might be from two different cameras, and we can splice those together when we edit. We have a scene and we have a shot. So every single time, no one does anything perfectly, and I can guarantee you that in making this particular video here today, we're gonna have a couple of different shots of it because I'm gonna screw something up. Everybody does. That's part of making a film. But if I have the same scene, maybe I've got a scene where a mom is talking to a dad, and I need to shoot that 3 times. I'll have a scene 1, and I'll have a shot 1, a shot 2, and a shot 3. And if I use this clapboard to start every single scene, I know which scene I'm talking about, and I know which shot I'm using. In addition, this noise has a function. That function is to sync up or put on the same time frame your sound and your video. And if I have this particular sound starting every clip of what I'm using, I can sync it up perfectly with the editing software that I'm going to use. I have the name of the director here, the camera person, and the date. And all this is really important information when I go to edit my film later. And I've used that word a lot, haven't I? Editing. Editing is something that people take for granted when they watch videos, when they watch movies. They think about the actors, and they think about the writers, and they think about the scenes and how pretty something looks. Much of that is done in editing. Editing is done with a computer program. And that computer program can help you change things, put things together, get the right take, one where nobody messed up or didn't mess up very much, as opposed to one where someone maybe dropped a line or fumbled something. And in editing is where most of the work happens in filmmaking. You may have seen some of that when you go to take a Snapchat or you go to take an Instagram photo, and you can write something on the bottom of it, or you can cut it shorter, or you can change the screen of it. All of that is editing, and it happens at a very high level when we're talking about filmmaking. Another thing I've brought here today is my green screen. You can use a green screen to hang behind you, and then in the editing process of your movie, I could pretend that I'm in front of the Statue of Liberty today. And I'm not. I'm in Sellersburg, Indiana, in the auditorium at Ivy Tech. But if I wanted to make it seem like I'm in front of the Statue of Liberty, I would film this with this green screen behind, and then electronically, I could put in whatever picture, and I could be anywhere in the world. A lot of times when we see videos and we see even news footage, we might not realize that the person who's talking on the screen, like me, isn't where they say they are because they've used a green screen. One other thing I've brought to show you today in the process of filmmaking are gels. These are little pieces of plastic that come in different colors. And they're not just used in filmmaking. If I wanted to put these gels on the lights that are in front of me right here, I could hang a gel and it would change the color of the light. You can see it when I hold it up. And I might use a red gel if I wanted to convey a scene of anger, I might use a blue gel. And you see I messed this one up because I put it too close to a light and I melted it, so it's not as flat as it should be. I can put this blue gel on a light and make a calming effect. I think green is a little creepy, so if I'm doing something for Halloween, I might put a green gel on the light that I'm using. So all of these are tools, and this is my camera here. I have, it's a Canon, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn it on right now, and I'm gonna start recording. And you can see, when I start recording, that this is from a different angle. And so this has got the side of me, and the camera in front of me that I'm talking to has got the front view of me. So if I'm editing, I can edit different shots and have a shot facing me and a shot to the side by editing these two different cameras together. They're also different cameras, so they look a little bit different, and you'll see a difference when you look at the video because they're different cameras. So if you want to be part of this project, you don't need all of this fancy stuff. In fact, there are people who make videos, professional videos every day that do it on a cell phone. I even grabbed this little camera of my 5-year-old on my way out of the house. It's called a kiddie zoom. If you have something like this, it works too. And you can make your own movie using anything you have to take that picture. So for mini movie making, I'm gonna give you a project. And that project is to make a movie, but you have to use some things that everyone is gonna use. And so everyone's gonna use 3 different things that I'm gonna give you right now, and you have to have these in your movie. The first is a prop. What's a prop? A prop is an item that I use in a scene. If I'm writing a letter to someone, I might have a piece of paper and a pen for my props. And the prop that you have to use in your video, if I can find it here, is a pair of scissors. This is my pair of scissors. You can use any pair of scissors you want, as long as you have a pair of scissors in your video and you say something about it. Number 2, the second element that you need in your mini movie making masterpiece is a library. Something has to take place in a library. Now, if you're like me, you can't use your public library right now. That doesn't mean you can't be part of the challenge. You can make a library however you want to. You could have a sign, you could put some books behind you, you could go in front of a bookcase. It doesn't have to be a public library, it could be the Library of Congress, it could be a digital library, that's up to you. And that's where your creativity comes into play. I'm not gonna tell you what to do with the scissors. I'm not gonna tell you what to do with the library, just that they have to be part of your plan. And the third thing you need is a character. What's a character? You all know that. It's a person who's in a film or in a book or in a novel, in a movie. And the character that you have to have in your play, in your movie, is a cook. Now, cook can mean one thing to you, it can mean one thing to someone else. But that's the third element of your movie. So you're gonna make a movie in the next few days. Today, you have the elements that you need: the prop, scissors, the location, the library, and the character, a cook. That can mean anything you want to you. Once you figure out what you're gonna do with your scissors, your library, and your cook, you're going to film a movie. And you can film it on a camera like this, you can film it on a smartphone, you can film it on a kid's camera. Your films must have those 3 elements. And by the end of the process, a few days later, I'm gonna look at all of your films, and you're gonna be able to see all of the films that everybody else put together. I'm gonna put one together for you too and upload it to that YouTube channel so that you can see what it looks like from my camera. And I'm gonna give some awards. And those awards might be best scissors. Maybe you have a pair of scissors that they're the largest pair of scissors I've ever seen, and I really liked that, so I'm gonna give you the award for best scissors. Or it could be best use of I don't know, an animal. Let's say you've got a dog that won't let you alone while you're filming your movie, and I like it, and I see that, and I'm gonna give you an award. Participating in Ivy Tech Community College's Virtual Kids College mini movie making class is easy. Once you decide how you wanna use your scissors, your library, your cook, you need to tape it on your smartphone, on your camera, and then save it in an MP4 format. You may have the option to save it in a bunch of different formats. You might get mom or dad or a guardian to help you. Make sure you save it as an MP4 and then email it. Email it to me, and my email address is companyoutcast@gmail.com. That's the word company, COMPANY, outcast, OUTCAST @gmail.com. That's my amateur filmmaking and theater company, and it's where we do a lot of the magic. We have presentations here in this auditorium with 30 or 40 kids doing a Dr. Seuss musical, and we do all kinds of things with that company. And so if you email those to me there, I will create a title page for you. I will need your name, your age, and the city that you live in. I'll create a title page for you, and then I'll take your video and I will upload it to a YouTube channel. And the YouTube channel, I'll email that back to you so that you can look at all of those videos once they're posted and see my example that I'll post there as well. And you can see the hard work that all of your friends and classmates in Kids College are doing over the summer. And you can also take that channel and show parents, show friends the hard work that you've put into in mini movie making. When I start recording, but this is from a different angle. And so this has got the side of me, and the camera in front of me that I'm talking to has got the front view of me. So if I'm editing, I can edit different shots and have a shot facing me and a shot to the side by editing these two different cameras together. They're also different cameras, so they look a little bit different, and you'll see a difference when you look at the video because they're different cameras. So if you want to be part of this project, you don't need all of this fancy stuff. In fact, there are people who make videos, professional videos every day that do it on a cell phone. I even grabbed this little camera of my 5-year-old on my way out of the house. It's called a kitty zoom. If you have something like this, it works too. And you can make your own movie using anything you have to take that picture. So for mini movie making, I'm gonna give you a project. And that project is to make a movie, but